How high-value men speak to women, make her miss you badly, modern Stoic. The way you speak to a woman today determines how she remembers you tomorrow. Have you ever noticed how some men effortlessly captivate women without relying on looks, wealth, or status? Their secret isn't what you think. It's in their words. High-value men understand the power of communication. They know how to leave a lasting impression, making a woman think about them long after they've walked away. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the subtle yet powerful way high-value men speak, how they create intrigue, spark desire, and make her miss them deeply. Pay attention, because once you master this, your interactions with women will never be the same. 1. The power of first impressions, setting the stage for long-lasting attraction. First impressions are the bedrock of how high-value men create a sense of longing and intrigue. High-value men understand this well. However, many men make the mistake of trying to impress a woman immediately by flashing a flashy story, an eye-catching look, or an overwhelming charm. But the truth is, a high-value man understands that the initial conversation isn't about dazzling her. The real secret lies in how these men make a woman feel during that first interaction. It's not about impressing her on the spot, but creating a feeling inside her that sticks long after the words are spoken. Real attraction, the kind that grows deeper with time, often starts with the subtle feelings and emotions that are awakened during that first interaction. High-value men are not only conscious of the words they speak, but they are keenly aware of the atmosphere they create with their body language, energy, and tone of voice. Women, far more emotionally attuned than men, are naturally sensitive to how you make them feel, even before you say a word. As a high-value man, you walk into that first moment, fully aware that your body language and presence are just as important as your words. It's the energy you exude that will echo in her mind long after the conversation ends. The unspoken language of confidence. The unspoken language of confidence. Confidence isn't something you can fake. It's deeply rooted in how you view yourself and your place in the world. A high-value man doesn't enter any room wondering if he's enough. He knows that he is. This quiet understanding of his worth is reflected in his posture, in the way he carries himself, and in the deliberation behind each word he speaks. His movements are measured, purposeful, and calculated, conveying to those around him that he is not in a rush. When he speaks, he does not fill the air with empty chatter or forceful words. Instead, every word that comes out of his mouth has weight and intent. The slower pace of his speech might feel different, but it serves a deeper purpose. It commands attention. By speaking slowly and deliberately, he automatically draws her in. He's not speaking to fill the silence. He's using that silence to create space for her mind, to connect with what he's saying. High-value men know that silence isn't awkward. It's a tool to deepen the conversation. Every pause is an opportunity for her to reflect on his words and what he stands for. When he speaks with this kind of calm authority, he gives her room to listen, process, and even yearn for more. Confidence isn't about being loud or forceful. It's about being calm and purposeful. And in this quiet power, high-value men naturally attract women who crave stability and maturity. Emotional control is attractive. One of the key traits that high-value men master is emotional control. It's no secret that women often seek stability and security in a partner, and emotional stability is an important factor in that equation. High-value men understand that their emotional reactions, or lack thereof, can send a powerful message. Let's face it, women are experts at testing emotional boundaries, often in playful or teasing ways. The common mistake many men make is to react too quickly, defending themselves or getting flustered at the slightest hint of challenge. But a high-value man knows that he doesn't need to react emotionally. Instead, he handles these moments with grace, turning a playful tease into an opportunity for humor or light-hearted banter. This unflappable nature is incredibly attractive because it shows her that he is emotionally mature and unshaken by outside circumstances. Emotional resilience is something that women subconsciously seek in a partner because it signals that a man can handle stress, pressure, and challenges without breaking. When you master this kind of emotional maturity, you begin to stand out from the crowd of men who are eager to please or quick to react defensively. The high-value man doesn't give in to the impulse to defend his ego. Instead, he remains composed, calm, and measured. This is exactly what leaves a lasting impression, as women begin to see you as someone who is both secure and in control of his emotions, a man who is not easily rattled. Subtle gestures that speak volumes. It's easy to think that making an impression requires grand gestures, lavish gifts, expensive dates, or over-the-top displays of affection. But high-value men know that true impact lies in the smallest of gestures. They understand that women are incredibly perceptive and often notice the subtle details that men overlook. A high-value man doesn't need to shower a woman with extravagant displays of attention. Instead, he communicates his value through subtle but powerful gestures. For example, the way he shakes her hand can tell her a lot about his confidence and presence. Is it firm, confident and calm, or weak and hesitant? The way he makes eye contact with her, maintaining warmth and connection, shows his attentiveness and self-assurance. Small things like leaning in when she speaks, nodding to show understanding, or offering a gentle smile as she talks, all convey a level of attentiveness and respect. These simple actions, when executed with control, send a message far louder than words can. High-value men know that their body language is just as important as their words, and often more important. Women are incredibly adept at picking up on nonverbal cues, and they can sense when a man is truly present versus just going through the motions. High-value men master this language of subtlety, exuding warmth, respect, and calm through their every gesture. This attention to detail makes a lasting impression that resonates deeply, leaving women wanting more. In conclusion, being a high-value man is not about dominating a conversation with force or charm. It's about creating an atmosphere of calm, confidence, and emotional stability. Through small gestures, thoughtful pauses, and controlled reactions, high-value men subtly draw women in, leaving them feeling valued and intrigued. The wisdom of the Stoics teaches us that true strength comes not from controlling others, but from mastering ourselves. In every interaction, a high-value man embodies this philosophy, walking through life with purpose, confidence, and emotional mastery. Women are naturally drawn to these qualities because they signal that a man is not just strong, but stable and secure in who he is. So remember, the next time you interact with a woman, it's not about impressing her with flashy words or bold gestures. It's about leaving a lasting impression through subtlety, confidence, and emotional control. You don't need to speak a million words to create longing sometimes. The quiet power of your presence says it all. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think makes a man truly high value in the eyes of a woman? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Or if you don't know what to say, simply comment, "I am a high value man," and we'll move on. 2. The mystery factor. Mystery is one of the most powerful, yet often overlooked tools in modern dating, especially in an age where oversharing has become the norm. High-value men understand the importance of maintaining an air of intrigue, avoiding the trap of revealing too much too soon, which can quickly drain the excitement from an interaction. Women, by nature, are drawn to what they can't fully understand, And that is precisely why mystery works so well in creating attraction. The psychology behind this is straightforward. When something remains partly unknown, the mind craves resolution. Unanswered questions linger, continuously pulling attention back to the source, creating a mental loop that builds curiosity and heightens emotions. This is why a woman will often find herself thinking about a man long after he's left. She's subconsciously trying to figure him out. High-value men know this and use it to their advantage, offering just enough information to spark her curiosity without ever fully satisfying it. When a woman asks, "What do you do for work?" the typical man might offer a direct, simple answer, but a high-value man will respond with something more enigmatic, like, "It's a bit complicated, but I absolutely love what I do." This subtle vagueness plants a seed in her mind, and she will replay the conversation over and over, analyzing his words and wondering what he truly meant, which leads her to crave another encounter, to uncover more. The true power of mystery lies in deliberate ambiguity, not in being evasive, but in strategically guiding the flow of curiosity. Rather than revealing everything at once, it's about offering pieces of information in layers, keeping her engaged and wanting more. For example, if she asks about your hobbies, instead of listing them all off, say, "I've been working on a project that really excites me. I'll tell you about it sometime." Now, she's not just learning about a hobby, she's imagining what it could be, associating that sense of anticipation with you. A high-value man understands that a woman's imagination will often make him more intriguing than if he simply explained everything. Another key aspect of mystery is strategic silence, something many men fail to embrace. Too often, men rush to fill every gap in a conversation, fearing an uncomfortable silence, but high-value men welcome these moments of quiet. They understand that pauses can build tension, creating an emotional space for the woman to process her own thoughts and feelings. After delivering an intriguing statement, instead of rushing to follow up, they let the silence hang in the air, allowing it to settle. This moment of quiet pulls her in, mentally and emotionally, making her lean forward, eager for more. A well-timed pause can often carry more weight than 100 words, allowing her to reflect on what's been said, deepening the emotional connection and leaving a lasting impression. In the end, mystery isn't about deception, it's about depth. It's about being a man who holds value within himself, confident enough not to over-explain or overshare. He knows that the most powerful connections are not built through words alone, but through emotions, anticipation, and the irresistible pull of the unknown. As the great author Albert Einstein once said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing." And that is the essence of mystery in relationships, stoking curiosity and allowing her imagination to drive the connection forward. So, my friends, embrace the power of mystery. Let your actions speak louder than your words, and watch how it draws her closer to you. 3. Emotional impact. Words are just words. Anyone can talk, but a high-value man doesn't just speak. He creates an experience. He doesn't merely communicate, he leaves an emotional imprint. What truly makes a man unforgettable to a woman is not what he says, but the feelings he stirs within her. Women are driven by emotion, and the man who understands this wields power far beyond mere words. The secret lies not in the content of your conversation, but in the emotions you trigger within her. Most men fail here. They engage in lifeless, mundane small talk, thinking that impressing her with words alone will do the trick. But a high-value man uses words as tools, weapons even, to craft emotional highs and lows that keep her mind focused on him long after the conversation ends. He never stays in the shallow waters of predictable chatter. Small talk is simply the warm-up, not the main event. He moves seamlessly into deeper discussions that unveil her desires, fears, and hidden dreams. A high-value man knows how to make her feel understood, seen, and most importantly, emotionally felt. When a woman goes through an emotional roller coaster during a conversation, she isn't just captivated by your words, she's hooked by the feelings they provoke. That's why, when you speak, your primary focus should be on her emotional reaction, not the subject itself. As Maya Angelou wisely said, people will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Feelings create attachment. Attachment leads to longing, and longing makes her miss you long after you're gone. Mastering this art of emotional impact requires one crucial rule: unpredictability. Predictable men are forgettable. If she knows exactly what you'll say next, she'll lose interest. But when you keep her guessing, when you engage her with unexpected insights, humor, and intensity, you become magnetic. Think about why thrillers and roller coasters are so captivating. They create emotional peaks and valleys. The same applies to your conversations. Your words should stir excitement, challenge her thoughts, and make her heart race. Reverse psychology is one of your most potent tools. When you pull away slightly, she will lean in. When you playfully challenge her, she'll feel the need to prove herself. When you stay emotionally controlled and don't react as most men would, she sees you as different, intriguing. Most men overcompensate, seeking validation, but a high-value man doesn't need to chase. He is the prize, and this mindset shifts the dynamic entirely. As Charlie Chaplin once said, "If you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything." But it's not just about making her laugh. It's about making her feel everything. Curiosity, admiration, desire, even the subtle frustration of wanting more. In today's world, where attention spans are fleeting and distractions are endless, mastering this skill is what sets you apart. In a sea of generic texts and meaningless interactions, a man who can make a woman feel deeply through his words becomes irreplaceable. This is why some men have women obsessing over them while others fade into the background. A high-value man makes sure he is always the former. Every conversation is a strategic play, not through manipulation, but through emotional intelligence. Be unpredictable. Be intense. Be the storm she never saw coming, yet can't forget. If you want to make her miss you, stop focusing on what you say. Start mastering how you make her feel. Now, if this resonates with you and you're ready to elevate your interactions with women, drop a comment below saying, "I am the prize." Like this video, subscribe for more powerful insights, and remember, high-value men don't chase. They attract. Be the force that cannot be ignored. Conclusion. Communication is more than just words. And that's the secret, my friend. High-value men don't chase, they attract. When you master this way of communicating, you'll notice something powerful. Women will start to lean in, drawn to the energy you bring. You won't have to prove anything. Your presence, your silence, even the way you walk away will leave an impression she won't forget. So remember this: speak with purpose, create space, and let her feel your absence. That's how you make her miss you, not by trying harder, but by embodying confidence and restraint. Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stay strong, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next one.